What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing another tier list. So lads, this is it. This is it for NBA 2K20 tier list. Again, a little bit disappointing because these are videos I enjoy making. But at the end of the day, the new game's coming out on September the 3rd, so you better believe it. First week in September, you are getting position tier list for 2K21. Anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We upload more MyTEAM content here than anywhere else. We're trying to hit 215,000 subscribers by NBA 2K21. And right now we're about 5k off. So it's looking like we may or may not hit it, but we will be very close. So anyway, we've got a lot of the best point guards right here. And I'm going to tell you this right now. So we've got our tiers from S to D and then worthless. I'm going to tell you this right now. Two cards that are not out right now that I know for a fact are coming out to play the point guard position are Galaxy Opal Goat. What's his name? I forgot his name. Galaxy Opal Goat Giannis and Galaxy Opal Goat LeBron. Both of those are S tier. I'm going to say that right now because I know they are coming. They're not coming yet, and this is going to be like the final tier list. So I'm pretty sure they will be the last like two good point guards. And Galaxy Opal Goat Stockton, probably wherever Curry is, I guess. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to end up with Curry, but he is wherever Curry is. Other than that, I don't think there's any other Galaxy Opal Go players that are great. So we're going to start off with the very first Galaxy Opal in this game. Well, not necessarily the first one of the first three. And it is Penny Hardaway. Penny's not good, lads. He's not good. He's C. He's bad. Like, I get it. He can hold his own on defense. He does nothing well on offense. He's not good enough going to the basket to be elite. He doesn't shoot the ball well at all. His dribble moves are terrible. He's just awful. Then we got point guard LeBron. Is he in the third tier or fourth tier? I'm put him C. I might move Penny to D. Oh, I hate Penny. I really hate Penny. Yeah, I'm gonna put Penny D. I understand. If you have Penny harder, I understand. Higher, I understand. I just hate the card. LeBron, he's got Pro A tween. I like him a lot more now than I did a couple of months ago before I realized how to do Pro. Well, not even how to do Pro 8. I knew how to tween. Didn't realize how important the tween was or how overpowered it can be. So for that reason, that's literally the only reason he's in C tier. He's not a very good card. But again, C tier, kind of in the lower three tiers. I think he kind of belongs there. And we got Steph Curry. I'm sorry, lads. He's terrible. He's worthless. There is a Steph Curry card that is not awful. That, by the looks of things, no, I have him in here. There is a non-awful Steph Curry card, but this one is awful. He's in worthless. He's just too small. And at this stage in the game, if you're going to use a small point guard, there's even better options. Like, there are guys that shoot the ball as well, if not better, than this Steph Curry, that have the same sig as Steph Curry and are 6'8" and 5,000 MT. For that reason, I can't put him above worthless. Then we got Derrick Rose. He goes to the basket better than Steph. I'll give Derrick Rose a little bit of an advantage in D tier. He can rim run a little bit. He can dunk. I'll put him in D. And we got Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's not quite S, but he's good. He is really good. Again, he's only not quite S because there's a couple of just demis in here. But no, he's fantastic. He is fantastic. And we got Ben Simmons. This Ben Simmons, no handles for days. Only goal quick draw. I'll put him B for now, but he'll be probably the highest in this tier. Without question, a really, really great card. Don't get me wrong. Then we got the Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is... Why am I questioning this? He's worthless. He's absolutely worthless. He's terrible. We got Magic Johnson. He's gone right up here. Oh, I'm sorry, Unseld. Sorry. I clicked the wrong player. Unseld's going C. Same tier as LeBron. Unseld's good. Oh, no. He's on lower end of B. Yeah, he's a good card, though. Magic Johnson, he's A. No question about that. Magic Johnson belongs in this tier right here. He's fantastic. He is absolutely fantastic, lads. Jumper is the only kind of downside. And other than that, though, he's got basically everything you need from a point guard. He can run to the basketball. He's got the best behind the back in the game. and it feels a little bit different on Magic, but he is just elite. Then we have got, for me, the most obvious S tier player inclusion. It's Ben freaking Simmons. This card is so good. This card is so good, lads. Oh, I'm just in shock at how good this card is. Like, I'm pretty sure he's been price fixed, but he is the best point guard in this game, and I don't think it's particularly close. He's God tier. He's unbelievable. He is absolutely unbelievable, lads. He's incredible. I need to get out a thesaurus to find other ways of describing this card, but he is absolutely fantastic. That's all I'm going to say. He is fantastic. And Ben Simmons, or say not Ben Simmons, now we got Big O. So this Big O is going C. He's probably going the high end of C tier. He's not quite as good as Unseld. I might move him up to B, because he's somewhere in one of these two tiers. But I like the card. Don't love the card, I like the card. Next we have got... We've got two in all of them. Yeah, in our first 10 players, we got two, and we got one here, sorry. So let's just go with another S tier point guard. Why not? Let's put out Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose is like mini Simmons. They both have that same Pro A tween. They both have really good defense. Simmons and Siggs is better. Siggs are better. Even though Jalen Rose releases better, Simmons just has a way bigger player build, and he has better dunking animations. I think Jalen Rose is class, though. I think he's absolutely class. So, our first 12 players right here. For our first 12, we've got 2 in all 6 of our tiers. And then we have got Alex Caruso. Caruso's going C. He's not as good as... Similar level to LeBron, not as good as Oscar. Caruso, 6'5", decent jumper. For me, I just think that interior defense is horrible. Like, it's 30. I get it, Cam Reddish is only 50, but still, Cam Reddish struggles to guard hop steps. And you better believe that Alex Caruso is going to really struggle to guard hop steps. Then we have got Malcolm Brogdon. Oh, he's one of the... he's not as good as Oscar Robertson. Let's move Oscar up. Yeah, these tiers look a lot better. I really like Brogdon. Maybe, now that I know how to tween, maybe not Brogdon over LeBron, but if you had asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said Brogdon over any of these. However, Brogdon's not as good as Wes. He does not belong in the same tier as Ben Simmons. He just doesn't. Then we got Luka Doncic. Why am I saying C or D? It's one of these two. I'm gonna put him C. He's not as good as any of the guys in C. He's good though. Do not get me wrong. This Luka's good. He shoots the ball well. His defense is moderately good, even though he doesn't have good tendencies. I'm telling you, he gets a lot of steals. This Luka has a lot of positive things going for him, but he's not very good. Then we got Dame Dalla. Dame's way better than Steph and Kyrie. I'm just saying this right now. Dame is way better than Steph and Kyrie. I'm putting him C. I really like this card, and I'm sorry, I get it. Height is a factor. I get it. In a competitive setting, you will never use him. But man, in Unlimited, where you're playing against just an average player, height, it is a factor, but it's not enough a factor to keep Dame Lillard, who's basically a go card, below C tier. He's also got an unbelievable release, a great behind the back. He is really, really good. I can't put him... He's not on the level of like an Oscar, a Wes, or a Simmons just because of a height. He's not on that kind of level, but man, he can play. He can straight up play. Then we've got Lonzo Ball. Lonzo belongs in this tier as well. Lonzo, because he can play defense. Lonzo's a little bit like the opposite of Lillard. Like, Lillard can't really play defense, but he's an elite offensive player. Lonzo can't really play offense, but he's an elite defensive player. He is very, very solid, in my opinion, and really underrated. And we got Jokic D. He's a gimmick. It's a gimmick using a 7 foot tall slow center point guard with a slow release. But at the same time, he is still 7 foot tall, so I can't quite put him worthless because some people can probably find out a way to just make him god tier. A card that I've actually forgot to put on this list is Bill Walton. I guess I must have skipped through the low pink diamonds or missed him when I was going through some of them. Evo Bill Walton would be A tier. Evo Bill's A tier. Then we have got the new Oscar Robertson. He's not quite S tier, but he's A. Don't get me wrong. Oscar is good, man. Like, Oscar can play. Oscar can play. That's all I'm going to say. He is one of the most underrated cards in this game, and a card that I really, really do like. Then we got Lamelo. S. Lamelo's class. He's class, lads. He's There's nothing wrong with this card, in my opinion. I think he's way better than people give him credit for. And I think that he's a fantastic shooter. I love that release. Behind the back's great. And again, his defensive tendencies are unbelievable. And that's the reason he's S tier and not A tier like the other Lamelo Ball. So this Lamelo Ball right here, I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, it's like, why are there 2 pink diamonds up here in A tier? I think there's almost no difference between pink diamond and opal Lamelo Ball. Like, I've used both of them. I personally think pink or opal Lamelo is the second best point guard in this game. I love both of the Lamelo Ball cards. I'm a huge fan of Lamelo Ball in game. I think he's incredible. It's just there's almost no difference. I'm not going to be crazy enough and put Lamelo Ball or pink diamond Lamelo Ball into S tier because he just doesn't quite have the defense for it, and his dunking is not as good. But at the end of the day, putting him anywhere but A tier, I think it's just almost blasphemy. Then we have got LeBron James. So LeBron, why am I saying B or C? It's between A or an S. I'm gonna put him A, but that's just because I hate that layup package. It's the only reason. Is it nitpicking? Yes. Do I put him in the top 5 point guards in this game? No. Like, he's got everything you need. He does. I just think Jalen Rose is literally just better LeBron. I like him. Don't get me wrong. It's a good card. But I just think Jalen Rose is better. Then we have got Kevin Durant. S. Kevin Durant is class. His tween is great. Release is not terrible in my opinion. He's 6'10", got a great wingspan as well. Can shoot the ball, gets to the basket. Great. Not great behind the back, but he's good at everything else. Sigs-wise, he's very, very good. Then we get Dante Exum. Exum's like a better Caruso, so I'm putting him in B tier. He's like Caruso, but he was Tendo glitched. Again, a really underrated card. He's also got the magic behind the back. I definitely do put him ahead of like Lonzo, like a Doncic. You could argue maybe a Lillard, but Lillard's not as good on defense. Lillard's better offensively, but still, if he had Dante Exum base, if he had his actual base rather than base 4, he would be so good though. He'd be unreal. Then Jason Kidd. It's been a while since we've seen a worthless card in this list. He is terrible. He is absolutely terrible. And sticking with the worthless team, let's put in Trae Young. Trae Young is not, like, in my opinion, Kyrie's the worst and it's not even close. Jason Kidd sticks D, but he is the worst on offense. I think Trae Young and Steph, you can still cook people with them too. But I don't think they're good cards. Like, they're not. Like, they're just objectively not good. Like, neither of them are better. Like, neither of them can go to the basket. And, like, I'm pretty sure Trae Young and his goal clamps, like, he's worthless. Then we got Draymond. C. Offensively, he's horrendous. Defensively, he's nice. He's really nice on defense. That's all I'm going to say. It's just the offense isn't quite there. We got Tracy McGrady. Get him into S tier right there. T-Mac, he's still got it. I don't know what it is exactly, but whatever it is, T-Mac has it. I'm struggling to use this T-Mac a lot more now than I did when these cards first came out, but there's no question about it. He's still elite. He's still absolutely elite. I don't think anyone can deny that. So, he's S. He's S in my opinion. You want to move him down to A? I'm not going to argue. You want to swap these two guys? I'm not going to argue either. But for me, I'm going to have them like this. Then we get Goat Magic. S. The more I use Goat Magic, the more I'm starting to think, you know what? I love this card, but you know what? Let's move him down. Because I just feel like Simmons, Rose, and LaMelo, I prefer Pro 8 tween to the Magic behind the back. And like him and LeBron, it's just his layup package. It's better than LeBron, so yeah, I like Magic. He's S, but the more I use him, the more I think that these three guys are better. Like, I'm a bigger fan of Jalen Rose than anyone in this game, by the way, so don't take what I say as gospel truth, because I just like this card more than anyone. Then we've got Luka Doncic, B. He's low B. He can shoot. He shoots really well. His SIGs are okay. They're not great. He's a B. He's B. Like, there's no two ways about it. He's a B tier type player. Then we've got this guy right here, Kobe White. He's worthless. I'm sorry. I really like Kobe White. I'm going to say this right now. As a diamond card, I really like him. At this stage in this game, man, I might even move Derrick Rose down. You just don't want to use Kobe White. Then we've got Baron Davis. Funny thing is that this Baron Davis is a better version of the other Dame Lillard, but this Dame Lillard is a better version of Baron Davis. Basically, these two cards are the exact same release, have the exact same SIGs. They are clones of each other, but Lillard is just better in every way in Baron Davis. So Lillard's a tier above. But Davis isn't quite worthless. He's definitely not quite worthless. Then we've got Jonathan Isaac, A. Again, Isaac, really, really good card, but he's an A tier card. Like, that's where he belongs. He's probably... You might argue he's better than some of these, but he might even be the worst card. He's really good, though. Like, if you use any of these guys to one, I'm not going to say you're not going to struggle. Then we've got Blake, B. Yeah, Blake's going into B. And the reason with Blake in B is just... I don't think he's as good as the A-tier players. Blake is good. Like, in terms of my B rankings, it would probably be Simmons number 1, Blake number 2. Yeah, I don't know after that, but it would be Simmons 1, Blake 2, and then the rest. Like, again, this is another one of those situations. If you wanted to move these two guys up here, I wouldn't say you're wrong, but for me, anyway, I have them like this. Then we have got Chris Paul. He's got great SIGs, by the way. He's got fantastic SIGs. He's just tiny. He's worthless. He's absolutely worthless. So is Jerry West. Then we got Russell Westbrook. He's going C. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's very good, but he's not terrible. And for his price, man, you can get a lot worse for that price. For 6, 7k MT, considering he discards for 5k, so technically 2000 MT, you can get a hell of a lot worse. And we got Galaxy up with Goat Steph, C. I can't put a guy at 6'3 or below, above C tier. But Goat Steph's not bad. Trust me, Goat Steph is not bad at all. Actually, I'm gonna move Exum down. I like Exum. I'm gonna also move Caruso down to D, and I'm gonna move Brogdon down to D. Yeah, that looks more accurate. With Draymond as the best player in this tier, that looks a lot more accurate right there. Then we've got Pete Maravich. B or C? C. Even though he is decent height, he can't dunk the ball, but he'd be similar level to a Draymond. He's fine. He's fine, don't get me wrong, but he's a little bit worse than Draymond in my opinion, so he's going C tier. Then our next B tier player is RJ Hampton. Like, this card is really, really good, in my opinion. It's just, again, he is that similar level to a Blake or a Ben. He's a little bit worse than Ben Simmons, so I'm going to put him in B tier. Then we got Lamar Odom. No doubt about it, a no-brainer right here that Lamar Odom is going into A tier. Then we got Gilbert. Gilbert's fine, but he's D. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. Like, if you wanted to move, say, Curry up or Westbrook up, that's fine. I have no problem with it. It's my list. So, yeah, this is basically the tier list. So, we have got guys down here that are absolutely worthless. I don't think... I get it. If you are a big Steph Curry fan and you can't get this Steph Curry, just grind out the other 2 hours. Actually, no, it's probably easier to buy him at MT. So it isn't, if you're like, you can get away with using Steph Curry and maybe Jason Kidd without like losing the game. However, you put Trae Young, if you play against me and I see Trae Young, Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, or Jerry West, I know I've won. Kobe White's just in here because he's a great budget player and I want to put him on the list. But if you have any of those guys against me, I know I've won. Jokic, 99% of the time, people don't know how to use him. The problem is that the 5 people in the world that can use this card effectively, I'm going to have to put him not in worthless because of that. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So lads, this is the last of the point guard tier list. We did one. I don't think we did one in September. I think was it December that we started off doing 5 in 5 days? I think we did one, or was it November? Whatever way it was, it's been the most successful by a mile monthly series. Heck, most of these end up with 95,000 plus views. Most of these point guard tier lists. I'm pretty sure from December or from February onwards, every point guard tier list got 100,000 views. So it's clear that you guys like these videos. So also, don't worry, they are coming back for 2K21. And they'll be back early. You better believe I'm going to be doing whatever I can to find the ins and outs of this game of 2K21, to find out who's the best card in every single position, to find out who the best players are to use, what's the best play style, so that I can give actual accurate like tier list. Because At the start of the year in 2K20, I didn't even realize the importance of clamps. So I think I had like Kawhi Leonard in like D tier or something because he couldn't play offense. But in the end, in reality, he was one of the best cards on the entire list because he had clamps. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. This is the last point guard tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.